Hello there, my friends. My name's Greg Harradine. I'm a composer, and on this episode of Good Art, Bad Art, I will be discussing Rosalia's fourth album, LUX, which came out today. I've listened to it twice. What an experience. I'm going to share my thoughts with you, and together we'll figure out, is it good art or is it bad art? A quick question for you first. Do you think she was trying to take on too much with this album? Yeah, if you've listened to it, is she trying to do too many things at once? She's gone on record as saying she wanted to write songs that are both accessible and fun, but also complex, right? Is that possible? She's trying to please people who like pop music and nightclubs, and maybe she's trying to please people who like classical music or more experimental music. Of course, the number one person I think she's trying to please is herself, which is the way it should be. In my book, right? Artists should write what they feel from their soul, forget the audience, write what they feel, and if they're talented and if they can extract their own personal musical essence, it can be incredible. I think Lux is a fantastic album, I do, although I have a couple of reservations which I will get to. The critical acclaim's been outstanding, hasn't it? Virtually all the critics have said it's amazing, it's bold, it's audacious, it's iconoclastic. She's pushing boundaries, and I largely agree. I largely do agree. I mean, the first single she released, Berghain, wow, truly a goosebumps moment for me. Absolutely. We were not expecting it, right? Who was expecting this after Motomami? Were we expecting this kind of thing? The operatic vocals, Bjork, yeah. The LSO, the London Symphony Orchestra, are all over this entire album, yeah, with great arrangements from Caroline Shaw, who the Pulitzer Prize winning composer, who won the Pulitzer for Partita for 8 Voices, back in I don't know when this was, 10 years ago or so. But yeah, great arrangements, and yeah, the strings on Berghain, amazing. So I think from my book, we were given this amazing single Berghain, and the album. I mean, you can't have every track living up to Berghain, can you? Obviously, that's such high energy, powerful, 3 languages in that song. On the album, apparently Rosalia sings in 14 languages. I mean, I'm no linguist, so I can barely speak English. So that goes over my head a bit, but it's an amazing thing. There are outstanding tracks. There absolutely are. For me, Mio Cristo Piange Diamanti, track 5, is absolutely beautiful. Rosalia said it's her attempt to write an aria. And it does. It sounds, I think she's done it. Yeah, it does have that kind of sense of an aria. It sounds a bit like Verdi, right? Beautiful. Oh, really beautiful modulations, lovely chord progression. Absolutely stunning. And another goosebumps moment for me is near the very end of the album, Memoria. Stunning. Just her vocals a cappella at the start for a couple of lines. Oh, so beautiful. Harp comes in, and it kind of veers between with D minor, but then we resolve onto C major. Goes back and forth, G minor, C major. And it's a duet with the wonderful Portuguese singer Carmino. That's another standout moment for me. A couple of more things I love about this, and then I'll say my reservations. But please let me know what you think in the comments, and do subscribe if you're enjoying what I'm doing here. Another standout thing is the absolute care she's put into the entire thing, including the track order and the 4 movements, right? She split this up into 4 movements. I'm listening online. On the physical album, there are 18 tracks. On the online services, there's only 15 tracks, but it's split into 4 movements. She goes into great detail about this. She wanted the first movement to be a departure from purity. Interesting. The second movement, which starts with Berghain, she wanted it to feel more like being in gravity, being friends with the world. Take that as you will. And the third movement, which starts with Dios es un stalker, she wanted that to be more about grace and being friends with God, because there's this big religious theme in this album, isn't there? And finally, the final movement, she wanted it to be a farewell and a return. And the way each track moves into the next is very well thought through. Here's a good example. So track 4, Porcelana, ends E flat major. Okay, that's the chord we end on. We feel like we're in that key. Track 5, Mio Cristo piange diamanti, starts with an E flat major chord. So you think you're in E flat major, you think that's chord 1. But as the song progresses, you actually realize, no, we're in B flat major. We're hearing chord 4 at the start. So it toys with your expectations. It's a very nice, smart thing to do. And harmonically, generally, we have some songs in major key, some in minor, and of course, because of her Spanish and Catalan heritage, we have the Phrygian mode coming in here. Yes, if you know a bit of music theory, you might know your modes. The Phrygian mode starts with this beautiful minor second interval. She uses that a lot, or the Phrygian dominant mode, which give it the real kind of Spanish vibe. And I love those songs. For me, those are often the best ones. Another really top point is her use of rubato. That's where we toy with the timing, stolen time, robbed time. Every song isn't just sticking to a solid beat like so much pop music does, but we have moments of a pause, an elongation of a note. The music has time to breathe, and that's what classical music often does really well and what pop music rarely ever does. My reservations. There are certain tracks where I feel like she's just a bit too pop in her writing, a bit too American in her harmonies and stuff, just a bit too safe. We could say Sauvignon Blanc as an example, even track 2, Reliquia. For me, just not a huge fan of those kind of more obvious chord progressions where we're in a major key. Saying that, the arrangements are always stunning. The arrangements are always top quality. And critics have said, oh, this is so new, it's incredible. It's actually not very new what she's doing here. It's new for pop music, perhaps. It's so bold, coming after Motomami, and in the general pop music world, it's very bold and audacious. But, it's not new, really. Like, artists like Bjork and Kate Bush have been far more experimental than Rosalia's been here. And in terms of mixing classical with songwriting, well, Joanna Newsom created the album Is way back in 2006, which I'd say is more successful than Lux. So yes, it's not quite the knockout I thought it might be after hearing Berghain, but it is fantastic. I give it a score of 84 out of 100. Wonderful. I'm going to listen more and more. I think she's such a good artist. We need more artists like Rosalia, do we not? Thank you. See you next time.